as the vehicles are becoming more connected and coming up with more automated features, so are the vehicles' tires. So here we are at Economic Times Smart Factory Summit 2023, and we are here in talk with Mr. Anil Makkar, who's the manufacturing director at JK Tires. Welcome to the event, sir.
Thank you, Shivani.
Yeah. So, if you could touch upon like what kind of transition, I mean, we have heard the OEMs and the suppliers, talk about the transitions or changes that they're looking at, innovative technologies they're adopting in the manufacturing plants. So is the case with JK Tire as well. I mean, you're the first company which has come up with the smart tires. So, what kind of innovative technologies are you adopted probably for the next 5-10 years?
See, if you see the tire industry, technologies have been, there've been a huge amount of change. I've been with the industry for almost 45 years now. And what we used to see, the way the tires were made 40 years back and where the tires are made, there's a world of difference. The technologies today, the product requirements, the aptitude requirement of the product has totally changed. For the customer, which was earlier only looking for the mileage or durability of the product, is now looking at comfort, looking at noise, looking at handling. So all those areas require different amount of technologies to be brought in and implemented in your product, so that customer or consumer feels far more safer and far more comfortable while riding a modern car. So those technologies are all getting into it. On the manufacturing side of it, earlier there was a lot of manual intervention, a lot of labor-intensive manufacturing, which is slowly changing. Today, we have invested recently in two of our plants, the ultra-modern machines available in the world, one of the best machines available in the world, costing huge amount of money. We are making a tire in 35 seconds with virtually no manpower, nobody touching it. It's eyes off, hands off. And we're very confident that those kind of interventions in terms of technology and improving the manufacturing practices, those products will be far more suitable to the latest cars available in the country now. With the road structure improving, infra improving, I'm sure we'll be able to give much better product to the consumers.
So the 35 seconds that you talked about, so what was the earlier time taken? Like how much have you reduced?
See, a similar tire on old machines would have taken anything between 1.5 minutes, which is now 3 times less, or one third of the whole story. And far more consistent because there is no manual intervention. Everything gets done through cameras and lasers and access controls, and everything is done automatically. And the guy has to only pick up the product and put it on the conveyor to go. So it's a very fantastic technology, and we have implemented at one or two locations, and we'll continue to expand that as we go forward.
To give a number to that, like how much is your plant automated right now compared to being manually operated?
See, we have in India around 9 plants at 5 different locations. The legacy plants, which are the bias technology plants, are not so automated. But in the upstream areas like Banbury's, calendars, mixers, we have almost 100% automated. In the building onwards and down, not so much in bias, but radials, we have fully automated plants. And yes, there are still some manpower involved, but like our Chennai plant is state of the art, fully automated plant. The new plant which we are setting up in Banmore, expanding it, is virtually a fully automatic plant. So as you go into the latest products, automation not only becomes critical, it becomes rather mandatory for the product consistency, quality, and ensuring that every product which you make is of the same nature.
So probably like a ballpark kind of if you look into the future, like when do you see all of your plants being automated? Like in
See,
5 to 7 years?
technology will be dying. Bias technology will be dying. How much time is left over for bias to die is anybody's guess. It could be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I've been hearing that ever since I joined tire industry, that bias is not going to long, but still continued for 40 years. So bias will not be really, but nobody will invest much into bias. But radial plants will definitely, for sure, will get more and more investment, more and more automation, more and more sustainability efforts, and far more quality conscious products, because that's where the modern cars, modern buses, modern trucks will drive on, and we are the only contact with the road. So it's very important that the investments are done into the latest products. Bias will not get much investment, not only for us, for anybody in the tire industry.
So one last thing, sir, we have talked about opportunities with automation. Could you also mention, because you have seen this, gone through this process of transitioning, could you also mention what kind of challenges did you face probably with the older machines, or how did you, put them out, or probably like the challenges you might have faced in transitioning from that to this?
Very, very good question, Shivangi. I was just discussing in one of the panels somewhere that how do you integrate the disparate technology machines? We have machines which we bought in 1975, 1976, and we also have machines which we bought in 2023. The legacy machines, which were analog control machines, it's a very big challenge to connect the data from there to the cloud or to any IoT technology versus the new machines. We have done a lot of experimentation, and to start with, in an old plant we use sensors, we use some HMIs to take the data from the old machines and start kind of digitizing them. But that's a process which is very expensive. You have to look at the use cases and an overall picture of the whole story, and then see where the right investment goes. But yes, it's a big challenge to connect the legacy equipment with the latest equipment. But there are always, bright spots in any situation you are in. So you may not be able to collect a tire building machine of the old legacy time, but you can always collect a calendar. You can always connect a mixer. You can always connect a compressor. You can always connect a boiler. So those areas, if you can cover, a lot of your cost areas and revenue areas are taken care of.